Diaz, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye. And in menudo style in direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all. So that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much so appreciative. Thank you. I know I couldn't do it without you. So yesterday, man, it was brought to my attention, or brought to the attention of myself, as well as Dubs during a live, that there was someone speaking on Dubs' name. You know, disrespecting. And usually, real life, man, me, the way I move is based off according to what I was taught while incarcerated. See, a lot of the things I do in my life, I took from how I maintained while incarcerated in prison, the youth authority, and some of those old ways and some of that structured program is still relevant in my life today, right? And one of the things I was taught was you don't pay no attention to someone bumping baking soda breath, cell soldiering, rah, right? You recognize it, you see it for what it is, you stay aware, and you keep pushing, man. If you fall into that back and forth, you know, which I have. I can't be a hypocrite. I have in the past, but I've changed, right? But if you continually push that, it can go to another level, man, and get ugly for everyone involved. And the best thing to do is to let it go, especially when, you know, you're not going to see that individual, see that person. There's no reason to continue the disrespect at a different level. Now, if it's just plain, like I do with like Wes Watson or have my say in certain things, that's understandable. But when it becomes serious and you really have a hatred or a dislike for someone, the best thing to do is keep your fucking mouth shut. See, in prison, it's like this. You know, when you're active, allegedly, you know, there's a lot of rules that you must follow. You know, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Now, there's different politics and different rules for everyone. But as a Mexican, Chicano, a brown man, right? Raza. One of the rules that's universal on both sides, right? Is that someone you feel is not on your level, a dropout, a degenerate, or whatever, or you may even think someone's that. First of all, you don't tell anyone or assume someone something without really knowing. That's first and foremost what you never do, right? Assuming makes an ass out of yourself, and man, assuming, I've seen a lot of people getting wrecks over assumptions, right? Never assume until you know personally what it is, right? But if it is someone that's, say, a degenerate or a dropout or non-active or whatever label you put on it, you are not to even acknowledge them, period, to engage with them. If you do, then you are displaying frivolous behaviors. And you were just basically down to their level. You have been brought down to their level. Do you know when I was in the hole, there used to be, when I was active, man, there used to be a lot of dropouts and a lot of people, J-Cats and EOP motherfuckers. They'd be in the hole. They'd be flooding their cells, disrespecting actives, man, talking over vatos on the tier. Just doing all that to try to get you to acknowledge them, to try to get you to engage in bumping baking soda breath. And we used to shine them on. We used to shine them on because they weren't at our level. They weren't functioning at our level. We knew, and we were of an understanding that if we started to engage with them and go back and forth, we now drop to their level or whatever, right? So we just kept it pushing. Righteously, that's what you do when you're an active gang member, man. You don't cell soldier. You don't wolf over the internet. You don't do none of that. You just keep it pushing and maintain your program, because your shit should mean more than what they got going on, right? Anyways, again, I say this, you have to do your homework on somebody. Just because somebody associates with someone else or they've moved on in life and they're doing their own thing and they don't give a fuck what you got to say doesn't mean they're all bad. Doesn't mean they're not intelligent or they don't know what it is, you know? My case in point is this. So yesterday was brought up in the live that Bozo, left a comment or put something on his community disrespecting Dubs, right? Now, I consider Dubs a friend. And I know he ain't going to want to speak much on it, so I'm going to do it. I didn't tell him, hey, I'm going to do this video or not. I'm doing it on my own, right? For one of two reasons. For one, because that's a good dude right there, man. A solid dude whose name's getting drugged through the mud and disrespected. For no other reason than motherfuckers are hating, envious, right? And two, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going to get some views out of it, I'm going to get some views out of it. There it is there. Being real. Uncut. No added preservatives, right? But let's be honest here. I understand why Bozo's feeling some type of way. And a lot of it stems from my interactions with Dubs and from Dubs basically not fucking falling into suit and falling into line with what Bozo believes, right? Basically, if you're not part of Bozo's imaginary blue team, if you're not part of his team, not the real blue team, but his team, then you're no good, right? You're considered not good because you don't do what he says or you don't believe in what he believes. See, that's narcissist behavior. That's selective politicking. That's all that. Basically, you could be a solid camarada, a good homie, a good solid dude, a soldado, just a righteous dude doing your thing with your family, whatever. But if you don't believe what he believes, if you don't hate on the Norteños and disrespect him the way he does, if you don't do some of the things that he says to do, then you're no good. At least in his eyes and those around him, right? And a 40-something-year-old man pushing that envelope on dissension and segregation and division, man, it's too late for all that, bro. You know, stick to flagging. You know, slow down, people. You got to stick to your jale outside, your HVAC jale outside of what you're doing here in the rap game and on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, people see that. Damn, that Vault's 40-something years old and he's still pushing that bullshit. He ain't even in prison. You know, let it go already. You know, when I seen what he said about Dubs, assuming again, you know, Dubs' status or Dubs' what he's got going on, you know, you should recognize a man who was a soldado for 20-something years in prison, someone who was righteously did his time in CYA, got out for a few months, man, turned around, caught a case and went right back for the LWAP, right? Or not the LWAP, but the elbow. And fought for years and years, man, in the trenches with his gente, with his southern people. And then got some getbacks and was able to get out, man, and then changed his life. Decided that, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and not fall back, not do all that, but I'm going to start living for me, for my child that I left behind when I was locked up, for my family that loves me. And for whatever other reasons he did it, it's his business. But this was a guy, you know, and this is what I say, the Vatos that put in work and start to do well don't get recognized for what they did. They get shit talked about them. They get compared to a guy that just did 30 days in the county jail on the Hoover side, right? They don't get the respect that they deserve. Now, here's one thing about Dubs, and this is why a lot of people fuck with his channel. I do. This is how he was able to gain my attention as far as a content creator and peeping the scene on his channels. And I was like, oh shit, that's all right. He's one. I like him. The way he carries himself with class and respect. He's a well thought out individual. He puts clarity out there for people to see. It's very clear. He don't leave things unspoken. If he tells you something, he basically details it out and puts it out there in a way that you could understand it. He's very well versed in his culture, in Mexicano history, indigenous history. I respect it. I respect someone that took their time in prison and didn't just throw it away on the yard trying to do burpees and look cool and get all tatted back trying to look cool. The tattoos he has on his body, he's earned, and they mean something. Literally, they mean something. Not only in the gang life, but they also mean something in our culture, right? So, and the Vato knows every tattoo he has, he could explain to you. You know, the origins of it. Who it is depicted on his body. Not a lot of people can do that. There's not a lot of gente. You know, I know Bozo can't do that. You know, the Vato's not on YouTube giving clecha, giving game, talking about our history, talking about our Mexicano roots. He's talking about the ethnicity. Okay, he doesn't even know what ethnicity is. It's a trip. Bozo has always been given respect by myself and Dubs in the past. We thought he was a well thought out individual, man, someone that was fighting for the raza, for the betterment of the people, until he started disrespecting the Norte for no other reason than he just wanted to. And every man's entitled to do what he does. But you're not acting, he's not acting like a Southerner from Southern California. He's acting like a Southerner from Northern California. Like his hatred, he hates these vatos like they fucking shot him in the ass yesterday. Ain't no one did shit to this guy. But he's one of the biggest proponents for stirring up the controversy and the conflict. And then we'll go on YouTube and leave a community post or Instagram and cry about how, oh man, people are affecting the way I feed my family. You're trying to affect the way other people feed their family and it's all good. You're saying fuck everything up north and fuck feeding their families. Their families don't count. Their kids don't count. None of that counts because they ain't from where you're from. Well, guess what? Everybody counts, Holmes. Everybody brown counts. And Dubs counts as well. So when I seen he left this comment disrespecting Dubs without doing his homework, it's laughable. It's laughable to me. And the reason it is because a lot of people base Dubs off of me, right? Why you hanging around with that D.O. that drop? First of all, I ain't no D.O., bro. Let's get that. You got that twisted. I was never part of the Big Four. Never. So I couldn't be. But see, people don't do their history and their homework to understand that. And people just are so loose at the lips with that saying or with that, right, that they don't even understand what they're saying. But they're quick to run with that. So it doesn't affect me. When I hear it, I'm like, okay, let them. I know what they mean. I even say, you're a dropout, you're a dropout. I say it, right? But the true meaning of what it is, I know. So I can give you some clarity on the situation. Also, another thing is, I'm from Northern California. I'm not from Southern California. I ain't never told on no one from Southern California. I ain't never told on no one from Northern California. My politics and the reason I'm in the fucking situation I'm in, man, has nothing to do with Southern California. If anything, man, I show a lot of respect to Southern California. I sometimes I show too much love for Southern California. I get hated on by my own people because I show so much love and respect. I get told everything that, oh, you want to be a Southsider, or you should have been one, or this, and that. I get hated on. Hey, I keep it pushing because I know in my heart, man, why I got involved in anything I got involved in and why I got uninvolved, right? So it means nothing to me. All this bullshit that people say. It's just slander. It's just hate. But at the end of the day, that's cool. I could live with that. I've learned to live with it. But someone like Dubs, who's well thought out, well spoken, and we became friends behind the scenes, man. And we help each other with our channels and what we're doing. We're just trying to make some honest money and trying to bring some honest awareness and and klecha and show canalismo and show everything. Tell the stories that we've been a part of in prison and just do our thing. It's constantly hated on, constantly. And I believe Dubs gets the sharper edge of the sword because he's expected to conduct himself in a certain way because he's from Southern California. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is that man has conducted himself more righteously than a lot of vatos are that don't know what the fuck it is. People like Bozo that will go on the YouTube and constantly disrespect people and say fuck that side and these vatos are weak and this and that. And then, at the end of the day, cry about not being able to fucking do a concert with 150 people in a cornfield, right? It just makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And again, like I said, I know Dubs won't address this situation. This guy left this community post, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't, man. But I do because I consider him a friend, and it's like, hey, bro, I got you. You know what I mean? I got you, homie. That's the type of friend I am. I'm gonna rock with the homies. I've got my hands spitting a lot here, especially on social media, and I'm used to that. It's cool. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I've always bubbled back. I'm gonna continue to bubble back. And I'm going to try to keep it as respectful as possible. Even with Bozo, he's still brown, man. I still think that he has a voice and a platform to lead his gente and his young followers and his fans and his supporters, man, to the righteous way. And the righteous way ain't my way. It ain't always my way. It ain't always your way either. It's the people's way, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's what the people need and what they want. They thirst for education and klecha and indoctrination of realness. They want people to fucking help rather than be part of the problem, be part of the solution. That's it. Instead of saying, fuck them vatos up there, they ain't like us. You need to say, you know what? Hey, respect them vatos. They're a lot like us. But see, people like you don't understand that, bro. It's to the point now where you're even disrespecting your own kind. Vatos from down south, always somebody. There's always someone to disrespect. Holmes, when one vato falls off, The next one's up. Some new disrespecting. You know, the word disrespect, just drop the diss off of it, bro. And show some respect. Dubs, a lot of people watch his channel because, like I said, he's well thought out and he's going to give you the game and he's going to give it to you uncut and real. I respect it, man. And I think a lot of individuals do. You know, I hear shit and I chuckle. Here's some real shit. I don't even tell Dubs this, but I laugh, right? I'll see other content creators, specifically from Southern California. And they'll always say, oh, yeah, I fuck with Dubs, man. About the smart. Yeah, I respect that, man. I like what he's doing, right? Yeah, but I don't fuck with that cat he fucks with, right? Now, fuck that dude. Nah, I'm cool, right? And there's... and it's because I'm from up north. Let's be real, right? It's because I'm from up north and it's gangbanging. It's a diss because I'm gangbanging. It's always but that dude. And a lot of these guys I haven't said nothing about. I don't even know them, right? And they only know what I've told them or what other people have said about me on YouTube. You truly don't know. I might be active as fuck, but never said so, right? I might be a sleeper flying under the radar for all you know. But then again, I've never been that to sugarcoat what I am or to hide what I am. I just say straight up, yeah, bro, I'm not active. I'm not in that life no more. But it wasn't like I was wearing wires and testifying against people and being a special prosecution witness. And I wasn't fucking going up there being helping law enforcement to discover what fucking prison organizations are. And I'm not an expert fucking gang fucking whatever it is, gang expert that goes to trials. And I'm none of that. Okay, I'm not none of that. I'm not knocking people who've done that, but that's not me. I'm just a vato who had some fucking moral compass about himself, some morals. I was taught a certain way and I went to prison and it didn't work out that way. So it didn't work out that way. Right? So someone had to fall back. Let it be me. But did I fall back on my own? No, I was pushed. I was pushed into a situation. I had to do what I had to do. That's it. That's plain and dry, plain and simple what it is. But I get hated on the most. Like I'm one of the worst despicable guys when there's guys that do way crazier shit than me and they get all the love. It's a trip. That's why I believe I'm in the Matrix and the world's upside down. Look, at myself and Dubs, man, we're just trying to be honest with the raza and do our thing. Have a good time. Joke around. That's the thing. You guys get to see the serious Dubs, the fucking mean fucking new video Dubs on the screen, but you never get to talk to him behind the scenes and hear he's a funny ass vato. He's cool, laid back, smooth, but also well thought out. There ain't nothing that vato says that he doesn't think about. Sometimes I'll be on the phone, I'll be like, hey bro, are you still there? Because the vato's fucking thinking about what he says before he says it. Slow motion. But I respect that. See, Dubs reminds me of the older homeboys that I wanted to be around or that I was around. Vatos that were gamed up, that every situation he has a story for every situation. He's going to tell you that story and then break it down to you. See, that's how our conversation go. It ain't just like, hey bro, what are you playing? Oh, I'm playing a video game. It's not all that all the time. I'll be like, hey bro, you ever been in this situation? He'll be like, let me tell you a story. And then break it on down so I could understand. And me, having been to prison, having been to the youth authority, understand when he says certain things about yards or certain things about fucking procedures or how shit was in prison. He doesn't have to fucking give me the full, you know what I mean, break it down, you know. I know exactly what he means, so it's easier to facilitate that conversation. You know, a lot of people like this because he gives them game. Bozo has something to say, man. Do your homework, Bozo. Do your homework, man, and recognize that, you know, on the southern side, vatos that get out of prison are not obligated to do that. Okay, see, norteños are a little bit different because of our numbers and because of the way that it, you know, the movement inside prison and how inside controls the outside as well. You don't have no choice, man. If you're in the mix like that, then you're going to get out and you're going to function. You're going to do things. And so if you're not, and if you were someone that was striving at one point in time, you're going to be hated on a little bit more than just a regular northerner that don't fell off. I got a lot of homeboys that were just regular dudes. They weren't striving. They never were in the COC. They didn't have no positions. None of that. They fell off or dropped out or got whacked or whatever. And they're all up in their city doing their thing. No one's even tripping off them because they were never a threat. They don't consider them a threat. It is what it is. They might see a couple of the homies that be like, hey, bro, I know about you, right? But if they ain't got no weird case, they ain't told on no one, they ain't a threat. See, everyone automatically thinks, oh, you debrief. That ain't the way it fucking works. I don't know who told you that. Don't be a baboso and believe everything that people say. That ain't the way it works. You know, but anyways, I see him move like that. You know, on the southern side, vatos can get out and they don't have to function. They can say, you know what, I'm going to raise my family now. I'm going to do my thing. It's like a retirement thing. They just move on in life. You know, what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with me and Dubs being friends? If he wants to associate with me on any type of level, man, you know, we talk behind the scenes about YouTube and trying to help people and get our shit together, man. What's wrong with that? You know, I ain't never told on him, homie. You know, he was told on by his crank partners. He was told on by people close to him, right? That wasn't me. I ain't never told on you, Bozo. I never did none of that, right? Got accused. This Vato basically says they're showing degenerate, Dubs is showing degenerate acting. How? And snitching tendencies and all this, he says. How? Because he's not agreeing with you, bro? Because your little old punk ass concert didn't fucking materialize? That's on you, homie. Let's keep it real. Stop trying to blame everyone else and pass the buck. The fact of the matter is, you know what I mean? You guys never sold a ticket, bro, and your venue was floppy. Your fucking venue looked like Chito Ranas' body. It was all fucked up. Come on now, bro. Let's be real. You know? Anyways, with that being said, man, I'm not trying to disrespect the vault. I'm just keeping it fucking point blank and period. You know? I seen what he said, and I didn't care for it, man, because I don't think that Vato Dubs is deserving of that. He's a good dude, man, and no one knows really, truly his history. I see the little bullshit people put out there. I don't know what's up, man. That's the homie right there. Dude's fucking solid as fuck. With some big old meaty hands, man. You don't need those in your life. Bozos, just stop. The best thing to do is keep it cool, correct, man, and respectful. You know, before you disrespect people that you don't know. You know, because there's a lot of people that tap in with myself and Dub, man, and tell us things about Bozo. You, bro, behind the scenes. And we say, all right, cool. We don't put it out there or say nothing like that. Why? It's not our business, man. It's your business. You know, they want us to do that. Oh, they're like, get him, get him. Nah, why? Why get him? He's a brown man. Let him do his thing, man. You know, if he's going to wreck, he's going to wreck on his own. You know, we're not going to be backseat drivers. And that's just the way it is. Anyways, with that being said, off the Chamusma with a purpose, I hope you understand the meaning of this video. It's in defense of my boy, man, that won't do shit like this. But I'll say it for him. You know? And also, and he's a man, he can hold his own. He can speak on his own behalf. But I did it because I wanted to, right? And also, I want to see everybody involved before shit escalates and people start saying shit and voicing their opinion, man, when they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I just want to see all the shit let go, man, and just keep up pushing, right? And I understand, I think Bozo's mad because of the ethnicity and having fun. Bro, you said the shit. You know, if I said some fucking stupid shit, I say all the time, vice versa. Vatos check me. There's Mr. Vice Versa Man. When I know it's vice versa, right? But I just grasp it, laugh about it, and keep it pushing. I don't let it get to me. I don't do a big old fucking community thing on how some dude's a rat and a punk and a this and a that over fucking me saying ethnicity, right? I like that. I think I'm gonna get a shirt made, ethnicity. You know, I know what you meant. I just didn't know what the fuck you said. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's gonna be the head that wears the crown. I'm gonna continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people, man. I got some bangers today, man, on the collective clips as well as right here on Gunners Collective TV. Tap in, respects to everyone. Bozo, I said mines, bro. I ain't mad, man. Respects. And you already know, Dubs, what it is.